welcome everybody. First, we have Emma in New York that are going first with a press conference. They are one of the finalists for the 2025 Cognizant Major League. So we have a few questions that's going to go around. I'm just going to start with one basic question. Um, so it's for Pooran. Having gone from a season where you won 3 out of 10 games, making it to the final, how would you describe your journey and the team's mindset heading into this crucial match tomorrow?
It's definitely an interesting journey so far. This tournament, qualifying with 2 wins, it's been a challenge. But T20 cricket is all about peaking at the right time. And for a group, we're very optimistic about our chances in the tournament, even our qualifications. We knew once we qualify, it's a different tournament for us. And I think we just got in momentum at the right time.
Then for Boucher, this comeback season speaks to strong planning. What adjustments did the coaching staff prioritize to turn around the early slump that you had?
I think it is quite tough at the beginning of the tournament because we lost quite a few players that we expected to be here. So finding combinations is always going to be tough. It took us a bit of time. I think the trip to Fort Lauderdale for us was the turning point. It sort of suited our squad quite a bit. We had quite a few spin options, and I think those conditions suited the spin options. And then getting 1 or 2 wins there really put us back on track and made the guys start believing, in the whole tournament as well. So I think that's where the turning point was for us. We also had the opportunity to play a game where we maybe gave 1 or 2 guys who weren't going to be playing an opportunity, and we saw a couple of things there that really excited us. And I think we've taken that forward and put those guys in positions where they could potentially win us a game, and that's been sort of the saving grace of the competition for us, along with a lot of hard work and belief from the players and support staff. I think it's all just gelled together, and as Nicky said, I mean that's how you finish the tournament. That's important. We struggled through the beginning sectors of the competition, but we've kept the belief, and we've started to play some good cricket when it counts.
Thanks, Neil. Thankful you said. Firstly, congratulations on making. I think I've been here for the past 3 years to see how the MLC franchise has been. There's a movie, and then there is Emma New York. It comes in, and it is the party of the movie. So you guys come in. You had a whirlpool of a season where you come in and you show that you can, whatever happens in the season, we can make it into the finals. How do you guys do that? Like, do you guys specifically? I understand every time you've spoken about a belief, but anytime anything happens, you guys never give up and show up at the end. That anybody from any place can win this tournament. So what's that belief, and how does your team take that experience? Can you talk a little bit about anyone?
Yeah, I think it's just something about the franchise as well. As I said earlier, we expect to win every combination. We expect to win every game. We set high standards as a franchise, and that's a tough place to be as well. There's a lot of pressure, but in the dressing room, I think that is what matters the most. That belief, and once everyone is going to the right direction with the right energy, anything is possible. And like we saw in the first year of the MSC, we had a similar journey like this one. So we've been in this position before. We know how to win championships, which is really important. A lot of teams, a lot of players, we don't have that experience. And thankfully for us, we have guys in our dressing room who was knowledge about winning as well. So we share that energy. But it's really good to see that. Obviously the big moments. Obviously our senior players, they rise to the occasion as well, and that's most important for any team. So we just keep that belief, and we keep flowing.
So this question is for you, Mark. You guys have presence in leagues all around the world. You are the IPL, the IL-T20, SA-T20, the MLC. As someone who has worked in the ecosystem from MI New York, MI Cape Town, how do you leverage all the learnings, best practices from from the different franchises? places to give like MI New York the competitive edge in an American environment, which is completely new. I mean, slowly evolving. How does that process go?
I think any player that steps into an MI franchise team can take a lot of confidence out of that because they've been recognized by a group of individuals who do a lot of homework and a lot of scouting. So I think that self-belief that you've been selected for MI franchise is something that people can take confidence from. As Nikki alluded to as well, the MI franchise, there's a lot of expectation that comes with it. The support that we get off the field is fantastic, and that's always great, especially if things are not going away. The support is still there, which I think is very important, and the belief is that we can pull it back no matter what. And I think that's always something that has been great for me being involved in the MI franchises. So yeah, I just think the whole support staff and the whole surrounding of MI has been fantastic, and that's where people gain confidence from as well. If you're international and you're playing for the MI franchise, that you've done something good in your career, or you expected to do something good. And they select a lot of stalwarts who have been fantastic in world cricket, but then they select a few youngsters as well where they see a lot of potential. And if you have a look at a lot of the youngsters that they select as well, they've got on to do fantastic things. So yeah, it's a fantastic franchise to be a part of. There's a lot of belief, and our owner as well, Akash, he lives and dies for cricket, and that's he doesn't have to be like that, but he is like that, and it's fantastic to have conversations with him as well because he's just so passionate about the game.
Nicholas, hi, I'm Adam here from Adam Banner Cricket USA. First of all, congratulations on making it to the final, and thanks for being out here in the States. What have you enjoyed most about playing cricket in America?
For me, it's just the environment. It's refreshing. My family's out here as well. It's a nice little vacation for them. They come and they support me. When else. My mom, my dad, my mother-in-law, my wife, my daughter, my aunt, they all come out here to support. They have a good time. And my friends from New York, they fly across as well. And because cricket is happening right here in the US, it's closer to us because we're from the Caribbean. But from the first year to now, you can see that the league is continuing to grow. It's continuing to grow in the right direction, especially here in Dallas where the fans, they come out. And it's really nice to see that they're starting to enjoy the sport. And obviously the tournament went to Miami this year as well, and the support we got there, it felt like home as well. So really appreciating playing here in America. It's a bit closer to home for me. So just loving the opportunity, yeah.
He doesn't get recognized when he goes out.
That's good as well.
So I have a question from Smith Patel from Smith says, we know Kyron Pollard is a father figure for you. This tournament with its highs and lows might be a learning curve for your captaincy. If you can give us an anecdotal account of your standout conversations with him, some specific things he may have mentioned in private to you to turn around your campaign.
I mean, yeah, he's been my mentor. We share a lot of conversations every day about cricket, how to get better. But again, this journey this year was one of the toughest challenges we had so far. As Mark mentioned, we lost a couple players early in the tournament, and some players didn't turn up. So it's been difficult. It was one that it came down to your number one priority, which is doing your job as a batsman first, and then figuring out how to win games. And then the other part is how do you get the team going in the right direction? How do you get everyone playing together? Because it's a big challenge. Obviously, you have international players, then you have guys, the local guys. It's a tough experience because there's a big gap as well, and you have to kind of manage all these emotions, these highs and lows. A lot of expectations from the younger players, the local players as well. And one thing we keep speaking about is let's continue to do our job. if we're gonna have a chance in this tournament, we need to do our jobs first and foremost. And this is from everyone, from the coaching staff to the players. And when we look back at it, that's exactly what everyone did. From the coaching staff, you see Mitch, you see Pooran, you see everyone, putting in the work, from Jason to Rob, Zeph, everyone, Prashan, they've been putting in the job. And obviously, coach has managed that really well. He had the dressing room, manage emotions with the best way possible. It's been challenging. It's not a nice place to be when you're losing games and you're something like you're on repeat. And I felt like he did a really good job in managing the entire situation. So a big pat on the back for the big man here.
One more question from Smith. If you could pick a moment on the field or off the field that you think might turn out to be the catalyst in the end to push you guys to the, to winning the finals, what?
I mean, the moment for us is Trent Bolt-Hillins. Yeah. Credit must be given to him. He has given us a chance in this tournament.
He's asking for more money now. He now says he's all rounder.
More than what you get for it.
Go ahead, man.
So, as for you, Sumanang has been an incredible, consistent this season. You had Tejinder, you had Rushil, you had Tristan, and a lot of these domestic players, or even like somebody younger like Tristan who's not domestic, but they've shown up in very crucial moments. Then you also have somebody like you who's super experienced. You have Ollie. As a captain, like how do you you have this unique blend of American and international talent. Like how do you ensure that the domestic players they feel empowered in pressure situations, and what role do they play in growing cricket in America? Of course, the international stars would come in. They would want to show everybody the talent and everything. But absolutely, if you see the domestic stars growing, that's where I think you will see that cricket in America will grow. And that's a huge responsibility, not just on them, but somebody like you who can teach them those things. Can you give an idea how all of this happens?
Definitely. Coach just mentioned about the scouts, MI scouts. I think they did a really good job in terms of, identifying talents. Munak has been here from the inception with us, and he's been showing interest in journey as well. The first 2 years he didn't get the returns he wanted, but this year he's been a standout performer in the entire tournament. His consistency, his leadership as well. He's also the captain of USA team, and I think it's really nice to have someone like him, who speaks the language of the locals as well. He's someone we can lean on to get through to the other guys. But it's all about the opportunity for us as overseas players. Our responsibility is to share our knowledge, share our experiences as well. As I was mentioned in the game, we have this little banter we have in the back of the bus with the local players when they messed up. I just try to make a joke about it, because coach always say, people in China doesn't care if we win or lose. They're gonna wake up tomorrow and see another day and play another game of cricket. So the biggest learning for all of us here is that it's okay to make mistakes, right? It's okay to make mistakes. We just don't want to be making it often, and it's our job to help these players grow as well. And it's nice to see that, and the local players are getting the opportunity and they're actually impressive. They're having an impact on the game, which is really important for MLC and USA cricket. It's only going to help USA cricket as well. And as you see in the World Cup here already, causing some upsets. So it's nice to see, but the talent is here definitely, and it's really good to see the franchise giving these players the responsibility as well and giving them enough opportunities.
Z with the MLC talk show on Willow Sports and 1709 Cricket. You were talking a bit about domestic players who've hit their stride. Can we hear a bit more about Rushil? Because the past 2 matches he's taken 5 wickets. And this is after, he had a couple of rough overs in matches before, got hit for a lot, and you stuck with him. You backed him, and it's paid off the last couple of matches, and you've backed him in the last few matches, but also over the years, right? He was there last year, his year this year, went to Mumbai, played in the Nets, right, during this IPL season. So the franchise and the two of you have been backing him. tell us about his journey, your view of his development, your backing of him, and what you're expecting of him.
Yeah, if I can come in there. I mean, this is the first year I've worked with Rochelle, and what I really enjoyed from the start, and I'm talking about the camp that we had before the competition, is his attitude. He's a youngster, and as you expect from a youngster, he's got a fantastic attitude. He wants the ball in tough situations. Nicky spoke about guys making 1 or 2 mistakes. He's going to make 1 or 2 mistakes as a youngster, and I think that when we first gave him an opportunity at the start of the competition, his length that he was bowling was a touch too full. We spoke about that, and he got it right. But you got to have the attitude to be able to take that information in and then put it into practice. And I think that is where he's been really impressive. He's a fantastic kid to work with. A youngster that's got a bit of talent, that wants to learn and he listens, he's moving in the right direction. And for me, it's been great to work with him. He's responded well to information that's been passed on to him. Nicky spoke about the international players passing on information, but as a local player, if you're deaf to that, you're not moving forward, and he's definitely not deaf to that. And I think that's where he's been fantastic. He's a winner. He wants the ball in tough situations. He's prepared to listen to information from guys that know probably a little bit more about the game than what he does, and he's put it into practice, and there's no surprise why he's doing well now. And hopefully, I mean, he bowled really well yesterday in tough situations, bowling into the wind as well. He's been a great find for us at the back end of the competition, because I'm sure Nicky will be able to tell you as well, he really trusts him in tough situations. So yeah, he's had a couple of learnings along the way. He's had 1 or 2 overs. I mean, the one over, I think it was Donovan Ferreira that hit him, Texas. He had the opportunity to bowl to him yesterday again, and he came good, and he learned from his past experiences, which is always a plus to have in your side.
Yeah. Russia's he's been here 3 years with us, and it's really nice to see how he has grown. Again, he didn't start off in a tournament, but it's nice to see that he could call on someone on the bench, right? And given the opportunity, he didn't start the way he wanted, and then to see he responded to that at 22 and being a local player as well. He's one of the guys who helped us in this tournament along as well. So big kudos to him. He's definitely going in the right direction, not only for us but for himself and for USA Cricket. He's again, he pays attention to detail. He wants to become better. He wants the ball in tough situations, but we also have to kind of manage him as well. But be there for him as well, support him, but also try to help him get better.
So, guys, 12 titles for MI so far. This season, MI has won the SA20, won the WPL. Now, how important would this 13th title be for you? What does it mean to you guys?
Well, as Nicky said, when you get selected for a MI team, you're expected to win. And I think that's the standard that's been set from the years before. So every team that you're coming to, your first, I mean, we go through different stages. First of all, we want to qualify, which we did. How we did it maybe had a higher power working for us as well. But we've had a tough run into a final. We've had to beat some very good sides with our backs up against the wall, and we managed to do that. So this one would be special. I think if you look at probably 2-3 weeks ago, and if you're a betting man and you said that the MR is going to be in the final, you probably wouldn't have got much money. So yes, this one would be special, and I know for a fact the donors really want to win this one as well. As players, we can only try and, as a coaching staff, we can only try and just support them, and hopefully they go the whole way. But yeah, the expectation of winning trophies if you're an MR team now is obviously big. We've put ourselves into another opportunity to be able to do that, which is a tick in our box. It'll just be the icing on the cake if we can go out there and have one more good performance. And I know that this one would be special for the whole MR group.
So, you mentioned the trajectory that MI has been on, right? If you look, what's interesting about this final, and I want to talk about tomorrow specifically, is if you look at the trajectory of Washington, it's been like this, and they say they haven't played their best match yet, and they've been going like this. Again, if you look at MI, it's been like this, and I would imagine you say you haven't played your best match yet, right? What is going to be key to an ascendant, Freedom team, right, against, played by an ascendant MI team? What are the things that you think you need to do right, specifically in the final? They have a very deep bowling attack. The last two matches, they've used 7 bowlers in each match. They've got options for any set of conditions, and they have bats as well. So what does MI need to do specifically, strategically against this team?
I think we battle hardened. We've been playing knockout cricket for the last 2 weeks, which I don't think Freedom have done. They sort of cruised into the playoffs. They didn't have their, the qualified game. So I think that we battle hardened. And, you can look at a team's strengths. But in a playoff game or in a final, it really accounts for nothing. Because, we believe that we've got bowlers who can pick up wickets in the first couple of overs, like we showed yesterday, showed the day a couple of days ago as well. It's just who rocks up on the day. I think where we are really looking forward to the game is there's a self-belief that we've done unbelievably well to get here to the final. So a lot of people have written us off. So we're actually not playing with any fear anymore. We're actually excited to maybe get opportunity to go win the game. Where other teams might come in, they haven't had the sort of pressure that we've had, and there might be a little bit of nerves around the game for them. So I think that's where we can release our shackles quite a bit and let players go out and express themselves. And finals, get to a final, the job has been done really. You've given yourself opportunity to win a trophy. It's just how you go out there and play pressure situations and enjoy it. And I think we've really enjoyed the challenge. So I think that our players are in a very good space going into this final. There's a self-belief in the change room that is next to none. And that I see as a plus for us. Washington, they might come and they might show their best game. We believe that we got match winners in our change room with the ball and with the bats. We showed it last night as well. Anything can happen in a final. So it's a 50-50 game. It's there's strengths and weaknesses on each side. It's what you bring to the game day that really counts, and anything can happen. You can't read too much into strength and weaknesses. We got in the case.
So this for you, Vicky. There have been multiple matches, like I was asking about players. I wanted to specifically highlight the gender scene. You were on the other side. You constantly went in, you helped him, you gave him the confidence. You were boosting him to go and play that innings. He's not had those innings before. Probably he was a freshener or getting out. Then you also supported other players who were around you as a captain, trying to extract the best thing they have in them. How does it feel as a captain you don't have anything to prove to anybody, but still these smaller things that you're doing for these guys, and when they show up and get you what you want and take you to the final, hopefully win it tomorrow for you, what does it mean to you?
And for me, it's not about being a captain. It's just about being a leader. Regardless if I'm the captain or not, this is who I am as a person. For me, I love seeing other people succeed as well. And I want to play a role. Whether that's a supporting role, whether I can share some advice, I want to see people doing good. And for me, that's really important. It's really important for me to be a good human being as well. These guys come from different backgrounds as well. They're getting the opportunity to do something that they love and it could change their lives. And if I can help in any way I can, I would love to. And it's really nice to see these guys taking some advice and going out there and trying their best. I'm not only Tachi, the rest of the guys, I try my best. Just try to be the best version of myself. And if that means putting a smile on someone else's face, I try my best to do so.
So I do want to talk about the knock that you and Kyron had yesterday, in the sense that for possibly the first time this season, we saw you both kind of in your pure element at the same time, right? The two of you, and sitting in the stands, there was like almost a feeling of inevitability once you both started hitting boundaries that these guys have it, they can't be stopped. I mean, Adam's nodding his head agreeing with me, right? And you could see the TSK players sort of being deflated, or while standing there saying, "There's nothing we can do." What really clicked for the two of you yesterday, and how much confidence did you get knowing that the bats coming behind us can take care of business, even if we get out all the way down to Trent?
Yeah, I mean, we've done that a few times before as well. We've batted quite a lot of times in the past. We would have played the same exact innings in our room, and we're just talking about cricket. But we're not in that moment. We're not thinking about who's to come. We have our jobs to do, and we try our best to embrace those moments. Those are the moments we play for. You want to be in those situations and you want to conquer. But for me, it's all about communication, trusting each other as well, trusting the process, which is really important. We've prepared. We've had our downfalls in this tournament as batsmen. We fall short, and last time was just an opportunity. We keep talking about when it's your day, take it to them, make it happen. And yesterday was our day, and we had to ensure that we were there at the end.
So, Mark, this one's for you. All around the world, there are different franchises who go into different countries. It's not always that people would see it that the franchise is helping develop that sport in a specific country. Right? Franchise has specifically been seen as somebody who comes in, gets the game started, reaps the benefits, leaves, does it in another country. Right? So it's a rinse and repeat. But you guys, from the outside, the way we are seeing it, is that you as a franchise is spending a lot of time, money, everything with the local players, and these are laying out the foundational bricks in American cricket, where there were none for a while. And how does it feel for you to be able to have the opportunity to do that in Cricket for America via the MLC? You're taking players to India, and maybe it will be recognized 10 years down the line, maybe it will be not. But you inside know the amount of effort you've taken for these guys, and you're putting in those foundational bricks for cricket in America.
Yeah, look, I mean, I don't know the entirety of what MI have done for cricket in USA. Now, I hear stuff. That's the beauty about MI. There's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes that they don't look for the sort of recognition, and that they're doing it for the right reasons. Not only for MI in New York, and for other franchises as well. I think that's the beauty about the MI brands. Ultimately, I mean, we had a conversation with the local players as well at the start of the competition to just say, listen, guys, this is your space. You got to create your own environment here and enjoy it. The internationals, they come in year after year after year, and if you don't, that's a tough school. If you don't perform, then you get kicked out. But the local players will be here for the next 3 to 5 years, especially a couple of these youngsters, maybe even longer than that as well. So they need to create the environments, and I think a lot of kudos has got to go to them as well. The way that they've responded to this, they've really stepped up to the plate and created their own environments. And I think the MI brand has just really supported them. As I said, I don't know the entirety of what's been going on behind closed doors. But the one thing I can tell you for sure is that the owners, they love cricket. I said before that Akash is incredibly passionate about the game, and any way that they can help the brands that they support going forward, they will. And that's exactly what they've done here. But a lot of credit has got to go to the players as well, because they've created their own environment to really succeed. And they've enjoyed it. We had a couple of celebratory drinks last night, and we had the whole squad together, and it was fantastic to see. The guys are emotional, and it means a lot to them. It really does, and I can see that there's a lot of enjoyment in their faces as well.
Thank you. Yes. So you had 2 key signings or transfers into the team this year. You had DeCock coming in and Bracewell coming in, transferring over. in along with Monica at the front, they've been able to set most of the time a good platform for you guys. Last night, Bracewell came up in at 3. Can you just talk about those 3 setting the platform for the team and those 2 transferring over, how it's helped the lineup batting wise?
Yeah, look, I think we got the one thing about T20 cricket, you've got to be adaptable to the sides that you play and the conditions that you come in with. And I think we got a lot of options. We've had Nicky walking and opening the batting. You've had him batting at 3, 4 as well. I think you got to have a look at your main players. As we saw last night, our 2 big guns came through, which is good to see. And you got to set them up to succeed. So I think that Nicky will come in when he feels comfortable to come in, because that's where I feel he's going to be the most effective. The one thing I can say is that Quinny and Monica on front have been fantastic this competition. They've set the platform, and nothing spectacular happens without a base, and they've really set the base for us. Their consistency, their communication up front has been great. I still think that we've got one little special innings from Quinton de Kock around the corner. I know that he's, a Quinton de Kock that really wants to win a competition is a good thing to have in your team. So I'm expecting something wonderful from him. But yeah, their partnership up front has been fantastic. So we've got a couple of options. We'll keep that close to our chest. We'll probably talk about it after the game. But we'll have a look at what we see in the opposition that we can maybe try and exploit, and we'll play accordingly.